This video might contain some spoilers for the series The Owl House. Enjoy! Hello everyone, this is Dragon Videos, ready to go over another theory video for the Owl House. Since it's on hiatus, I decided to do at least one more theory video for the show. So I've been thinking a little bit in regards to what had happened in Season 1, like Enchanted Fright Egg Rom, and also what had been going on since Season 1. And here are my thoughts about it. So in the beginning of the episode, as a recap, we had Luz being goofy and adorable, and unfortunately had to go to summer camp due to her out-of-control behavior. Luz Nasida's mom assured her that it was going to be fun learning about camp mortgages, as well as that she'll learn how to be a little bit more of a quote-unquote normal person. However, with the help of Ida and King, Luz didn't have to deal with that sort of concept. Instead, she had learned of how to grow in a healthy way, which resulted in her having to learn magic, which seemed like the ideal world that she belonged in. But here's how my theory is set up in regards to the camp. The camp has been off since for our last couple of episodes, but in episode 13 they came back when there were a stack of letters next to I think it's Camille Nasida's bedside, and we see those letters. And I think that there's something... Oh no! I should have figured. If you're wondering why Loki's in peril right now, is basically because I had to set up some booby traps in case Skeksil or Joker would come back and try to wreak havoc again. Cinnamon, could you please take care of it? Thank you. So anyway, as I was saying earlier, I think that there's something very fishy going on with that camp. What could be fishy about it? Well, realistically speaking, do any of you would find a camp that specializes in mortgages or even financial stuff? Or even appreciating public radio? Well, there's also the saying goes, it's true, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And I feel like that's what's going on with this camp. I feel like there's some sort of changling operation going on. Now, many of you who hear the word changeling may think of that film that's based on a real-life event that involves a very LA police scandal. And then, of course, there's also changeling for some of you who are MLP lovers who are familiar with the insectoid-like horses. But for some of you who may not know, in terms of myths, a changeling is a fairy baby. Whenever there's a physical desire from the humans, they will go and over to the fairies and do a bargain. The fairy child for theirs, or sometimes it could be certain circumstances that kind of do that. But here's the thing, with the Emperor's Coven, we're slowly but surely been learning about what they do and what they believe in. And most of it's not very good, and they're sinister as heck. We definitely learned the dark secret about Lilith, and also what they do with the talismans when they get a hold of them, as well as the punishment for being a wild witch. But there's definitely still a few questions that are floating around Emperor Belos. One I feel like is in regards to the Emperor's Coven soldiers. If you remembered of what happened in sense and insensitivity, we definitely see one of the guards acting pretty weird. And then, of course, if you've seen one of them knock the books and acting reckless, remember that camp is supposed to reform reckless teenagers and such? I feel like this could possibly be an emperor. The Emperor's Coven is some sort of people from the human world that have been tricked or brainwashed by the Emperor. We've seen how cunning he is, as well as how he manipulated everyone in the Boiling Isles. And so, we don't know too much about Belos at the moment, but considering of how things are set up and what we've seen through the letters of how they're unfeeling and robotic, it could definitely give off a bit of an idea that the camp is actually a trap. And if the Emperor's not responsible for it, maybe there's another villain that is. But these are just my thoughts on it. But again, if you paid attention to how the writing was, it was too lifeless, and it definitely didn't sound like news at all. So again, I felt like that maybe the person who's writing those letters is actually a changeling, and the people at the camp are actually changelings as well, replacing them in the human world, while those reckless teenagers are sent into the demon realm to serve the Emperor. It's a bizarre bargain, but that's as far as I can think of in terms of my theory. So what do you think? Do you think the camp is actually a trap, or is there something else going on? Please let me know in the comments below. Do a subscribe, and do a like as well. This is Dragon Videos, signing off.